Well, the humanitarian crisis created by this war has been a topic that has become increasingly worrying for many, including U.S. leaders. Joining me now is UNICEF spokesperson Ricardo Pires. Ricardo, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. We heard today from Secretary Blinken that aid trucks are being increased. How much of a difference will that make in the big picture?
Thanks for having me, Nichole. Right now, any help is very welcome. It's a glimpse of hope in the lives of hundreds of thousands of children who are desperate at the moment. Beyond needing an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, they need safety. They need to be able to receive our supplies, our life-saving supplies, food, water, medication, access to health care, support with hygiene infrastructure that has been destroyed so they don't drink contaminated water. We know the numbers are only increasing. The message that they're receiving on the ground is of fear and despair. So we really need these children to be able to receive life-saving supplies as soon as possible.
Ricardo, is there any way to know the true scope of this crisis? Because the numbers and the counts vary so widely depending upon the source.
Absolutely, but we have been managing to get some confirmation around these numbers. Obviously, they're not verified numbers by the UN yet. However, our partners on the ground have been doing similar work in other humanitarian crises. So the numbers we're receiving are credible and they're reported, but it is an indication of the horror that children are living on the ground. We have reported over 3.7 thousand children who have been killed since October the 7th, 7,000 plus more have been injured. That's an average of over 400 children a day either being killed or injured in the last over 25 days now. It's a staggering number. It's an unacceptable number, and it cannot continue.
Truly staggering numbers there, Ricardo. Something that we continue to hear are concerns, real valid concerns that Hamas will be accessing this aid. Is there really any way to ensure that the aid is getting to the people, to the locations where it is most needed?
As a matter of principle and practice, UNICEF employs robust systemic measures to monitor the distribution of our life-saving supplies on the ground in many different humanitarian crises to ensure that they get to children in need. So alongside the UN system, we obviously condemn any and all interference with aid after it's received by the people on the ground, and we need to continue to make sure that they go to the right population in need, including hundreds of thousands of children.
And how much of a difference do you think a humanitarian pause, another thing we continue to hear about, how much of a difference would that make?
It's a difference in the sense that right now there's only desperation. So any support is a glimpse of hope. As I said before, right now UNICEF managed to get 34 trucks through the Gaza Strip, but that's not enough. It's only a drop of water in an ocean of need. So unless we have that humanitarian pause continuing, looking at also the average of killed and injured reported children on the ground, we can save thousands of lives in only a couple of days. So it's not enough. The needs are outpacing the resources, but it's vital right now. It's a matter of life or death for children.
And there are so many things that are needed right now. This maybe isn't a fair question, but is there an area that seems to be the biggest need? I mean, is it the food? Is it the water? Is it fuel? Is it medicine?
Nichole, it's everything. But right now, fuel is an essential one because without fuel, hospitals can no longer operate. We have at least 100 babies, for example, in incubators in a hospital and many others on ventilators. And without fuel to operate the machines and give electricity to the hospitals, these babies are not going to survive. So fuel is very important, but also water. Water right now is a risk for children because if they keep drinking unsafe, contaminated water, they're at risk of waterborne diseases such as diarrhea outbreaks, which will lead to severe malnutrition. So the impacts can be long-standing, and these two items or these two needs are very, very vital for children right now.
And Ricardo, my last question for you, how does the scale of this humanitarian crisis, which does continue to grow each and every day, how does it compare to events UNICEF has been involved in the past?
It's difficult to compare catastrophes. So our focus is really on what's happening now in the Gaza Strip. But the numbers speak for themselves. It's a very high number of children reportedly killed or injured. Many more are potentially under the rubbles, and we don't even know the accuracy of those numbers. But it's truly very worrying and sad. And we also hear reports of children unaccompanied arriving in hospitals who lost their parents, who lost their homes. The scale is huge, and even if we don't compare with other crises, this one in itself is a real cry for help for children in the Gaza Strip today.
UNICEF spokesperson Ricardo Pires, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.